Howdy! Hey y'all! Welcome to Cellulite and Love Tarot, where I, Hillary, connect to my higher self, who connects to your higher self, and hopefully channels through some of the best and most positive information that you want you to know. This info should help you to smooth out the lumps and bumps of life. Okay. The theatrics. Okay. Happy fucking buck moon, y'all. Okay. I'm going to be doing a reading about what you need to know about your spiritual journey, things that you need to focus on for your spiritual journey. Because it's been a month since I've done one, and I feel called to do one, and I got all the zodiacs done for July, so we're going to do that before I jump into some random other categories here. Okay. Oh, clear for you, clear for me, clear that space in between. And I'm going to get grounded real quick with some deep breaths after I turn down this volume a little bit because it's feeling a little too loud for me. Okay. All right. Thanks for your patience. Here we go. Okay, thank you for your patience. I saw Kelsey Grant. I could say it in my head. Grammer? Kelsey Grant? What's his name? Oh my gosh. I saw him. Frasier, right? Pretty sure? Yeah. So that might be... Maybe someone's watching Frasier right now. I don't know. Alright, let's jump into some Moonology Oracle for what you need to know for your spiritual journey. Thank you for being here with me. I hope that this is beneficial for you. Okay. Spirit, my higher self, my viewer's higher self, thank you for using me as a channel of the highest, most white light. I ask that you would keep me protected and safe during this reading, and also my viewer. Thank you for the opportunity to be here together and to just share energy this way. I ask for the right words, phrases, emotions, thoughts to come to me, and thank you for your guidance. Okay. All right, let's jump in. All right, Spirit, what Moonology Oracle cards do we need to see for our spiritual journey? I charged up all my crystals and decks last night in the full moon, so everything's feeling like nice and cleansed. Oh, does that one come out? Okay. Look at the bigger picture. That's a great message for your spiritual journey. Obviously, the 3D, can be really distracting, and we can get lost in the magnitude of what this experience is, and it being beyond just ourselves and our relationships and our jobs and everything. So, let's see. Okay. We got look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. A time for healing, balsamic moon. Confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. And surrender to the divine full moon. So, yeah, Keep looking at the bigger picture. Keep thinking about the grand scheme of things. Scheme of things. Remember what you're here for, how you show up in the world, your energy, being mindful of our oneness with each other, and let that be a source of healing for you. It's okay if during the healing, there are moments and days where the vibe gets down, but, being high vibe doesn't mean you never feel negative emotions. I don't view any emotions as negative, but difficult to process sometimes, It doesn't mean that you don't feel those perceived bad emotions. It means that even when you do, you don't lose hope. You look at the bigger picture. You know that it's not your permanence. You know that better days are coming, and you know that everything is working out for you because it always has and it always will. Maybe not in the way that you desired it to, but in the way that was best for you. And just be confident that, you will start feeling more and more in touch, more and more tapped in as you continue remembering just how large the scope is here and how impactful your healing is. With that confidence and that faith and that joy and that sort of revitalization that comes back into your life, it makes it all the more easy to surrender to the divine. So, especially on the hard days, especially on the hard days. Okay, let's get some tarot. So curious. What else I'm going to channel here? Okay, Spirit. What are some things that we need to be focused on? Yeah, the Three of Swords. Repurposing the incident, repurposing the emotions, transmuting all of the things in your life that led you to this point of discovering this. No one jumps into spirituality without the dark night of the soul. I feel like everyone goes through that who's spiritual, and obviously the circumstances that led up to your dark night of the soul were so catastrophic. They had to be. It's something that just most people wouldn't recover from. Most people couldn't recover from. And we see people who don't, Sadly, we see people who don't, and what that looks like, and yet here you are finding a purpose for it. Okay, let's see what else is coming, or what else we need to be aware of for your spiritual journey. Oh, this is a hard one because reminiscing and nostalgia and just looking back and reliving the moments in our past, it almost becomes like part of our normal. That was likely what led you to this moment, was being heartbroken, being hurt, and more than just love relationships, but family relationships, friends, something. And it can be really hard not to look back and relive all those emotions, relive that moment. I have been so bad about that. And what I love about my spiritual journey is that it really gave me the tools necessary to learn how to redirect my thoughts. I was just like, maybe like you, just kind of caught up in my thoughts and mostly tormenting memories until I reached my dark night of the soul. And so if you're new here, if you're new to spirituality, just know that healing this and being in spirituality and looking at the bigger picture and finding how to transmute all this hardship will feel like such a weight off your chest. Oh my gosh, there's the 5 of Cups under that. Yeah, it's so much grief, so much absolute, like, depression. You will find something that helps you to transmute all this pain. And just trust that that's going to happen. It won't ever justify what happened. It won't make it go away. It won't make it acceptable or tolerable. That's not at all what I'm saying, but it gives you the tools to learn how to work through them, work through those moments, work through your memories, your triggers, your trauma. Which is really nice because it can feel really terrible, feeling like you're going to suffer forever. 11:55 on the clock. Okay, let's see. Okay. So yeah, don't let looking back on your memories and your heartache prevent you from moving forward and starting something that you really want to do. I feel like Spirit, the universe, is trying to hand you an opportunity here. And your fear about it because of your pain, because of not wanting to go through another, disappointing situation, is holding you back from what you're supposed to be doing, which is part of your spiritual mission. There's something that you love. The wands are creativity, passion, just the soul food. It's the soul stuff. So new things are going to come, and you have to be aware and open and willing to receive them, okay? And willing to put in the necessary time and nurturing, 1313, needed to grow this passion, to grow this project, to grow this I don't know, like a hobby, possibly. I'm not feeling hobby, I'm not sure. It's something that feeds your soul, that is worth investing in, and that you were put here to do. So try not to let your heartache impede that from coming in and prevent you from doing the work, the soul work. Okay, let's see. Like, if you're like me, a couple months, there's confidence right there. There's confidence right there that is just taking the lead and going forward with what you really desire. It's, confidence, it is charisma. All of these things will be rebuilt in you, and you won't be so nervous about, putting yourself out there. Okay? Once we step out of our ego, out of our defenses from our past, it becomes easier to lighten up and let people in and just observe people and experience them, or situations, and keep yourself and, your heart separate while still being engaged. It's really cool. It's really cool. Okay. 10 of Cups. 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 10 of Cu at the 8 of Cups. So there might be something that you have to 15-15 leave behind. Something that you invested a lot of time and money and emotions into. And I think part of spirit changing your life, this is only if you feel really like you're resonating with this message, okay? But if you have something that is not what you normally do or not what you are normally known for, it's okay to completely rewrite who you are, to leave old you behind. Appreciate them by all means. You know, you wouldn't be where you are if it were not for the person that you used to be, okay? But recognize when it's time to leave things behind and not just stay in learned habits, you know, learned beliefs, relationships, friendships, all of that don't serve this version of you. 16:16 on the clock. Use your discernment. You'll know if that is something that you need to be thinking about. And it by all does not have to mean like all the things I listed. It could just mean like, oh, you know, I don't know why I heard you need to stop smoking, and I'm not even a judger about that. I used to smoke. I'm not judging anyone. But someone's been thinking about quitting smoking apparently. I have been smoke-free for a year now. It's awesome. And a year and a month. Yeah. Coming up on 2 months, a year and 2 months. So, and next month I will be a year without alcohol, without drinking. So I'm super excited about that too. Okay. So it's okay if you need to take the time to wait and plan and strategize and really envision how you're going to move forward, as long as you're just taking baby steps. As long as you're taking baby steps, okay? And heading in that direction, at least energetically, okay? Oh, again, yeah, 6 of Swords. And trust that this new version of you, this new lifestyle, this new job, career, social circle, anything, this new thing is going to feel like a soft place to land after a hard battle. It's going to feel like the relief that you've needed. It's going to feel right. It's going to feel home, like home in your soul. This channel is my version of doing my soul work. I found tarot 10 months ago. Yeah. And I honestly looked it up because I was raised in an evangelical household. And I was told that tarot was bad. And I was like, you know what? I just want to see what it is. Like, maybe I won't watch it, you know, maybe I won't get into it, but like, I just want to see what it is. And after that first time I got hooked, and it spiraled me into my spiritual awakening and finding my passion for tarot and starting this channel. I felt the call to start this channel back in December, and I ignored it until May. So yeah, if you want to start something, do it. I'm a baby on YouTube, and I just love being here regardless, so, and helping people, and that might be something that you're called to do too. Or maybe it's not tarot, maybe it's, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Something that you love to do that's not necessarily what you're used to doing. Okay. So, on the other side of starting this thing, starting to feed your soul, start, you know, creating something that the divine really wants you to create, not only is it going to feel like home and a place to rest and like so good. It just feels good to do the thing that you know you're supposed to do. When you figure out your purpose, it just feels so good to do it. And not only is it going to feel good to do it, but you're going to have a lot of support. You're going to make friends. You're going to build your community who will help encourage you and emotionally be there for you, and just be there celebrating like every little achievement. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go through. No, it's time to change. All right. At the bottom is strength. Look at you overcoming all of the fucking impossible obstacles, excuse my language, that has led you here. Recognize that you have this in you and recognize where that source comes from. Okay? Keeping that bigger picture in mind. All right, let's get some True Black. Spirit, what do you want to say to my viewer? What do you want to say to my viewer? Thank you for giving us some things to focus on. What do you want to say to my viewer? What do they need to know about their power, who they are? Okay. Oh my gosh. You guys, the Three of Swords, that's the first thing that came out again. You know the odds of that? Both of the first cards out here being the Three of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles. So, part of healing feels like it's going nowhere for a long time. Unfortunately. It can feel like it's doing nothing for a long time, but just remember, you are getting somewhere, okay? You are getting somewhere. And it's a slow process. 22:22 on the clock. It's a slow process, but it's worth it. I went from trigger warning, not wanting to be alive anymore, to absolutely loving my life in the matter of like a year and a half. And I didn't even start my spiritual journey until less than a year ago. So my spiritual awakening was what really triggered a lot of healing, a lot of acceptance, a lot of understanding and seeing the bigger picture about things and detaching from people and relationships and learning how to forgive for the first time. Learning how to really forgive and I didn't even tell them. I haven't even told the person that I forgive them. Because I don't feel like I have to, but understanding that is for me. Like I don't deserve to live every day energetically tied to something that hurts me, and neither do you. And it's a slow process, but you deserve good things. My ears are ringing right now, and my throat just clicked. Thank you. Okay. I'm having some throat chakra openings because I feel like I've been stumbling up until this point, so thank you. Just speak your truth. I feel like that was important. Speak your truth. Get in alignment with the best version of yourself and really nurture the 3D self that has been hurt and betrayed and backstabbed and heartbroken and abandoned, neglected, all of those things. Be a comforter to yourself, okay? Both as like comforting yourself and like a giant blanket to wrap around yourself. Be your own giant emotional blanket to cozy up inside of. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What else do you want to say to my viewer? Thank you. Oh, and not. This is two things here, okay? The first is that they really, Spirit really wants you to know that your pain is not forever, okay? Your pain is not forever. It's really not. You won't be miserable forever. If you're in a dark night of the soul right now, it does get better, okay? It does. So you are not stuck in your energy permanently, okay? And all of the things that you learn during your awakening here, in your spiritual journey, you'll keep for an eternity. Like your next, life cycle. This is all permanent soul upgrades. Yeah. Okay. This is a level up. Okay. Thank you. Oh, I love this. So this is complete independence, the 9 of Pentacles. Complete independence in the 3D. So learning this will make you basically untouchable in real life. Situations, people's behaviors, none of that, you won't identify as being the cause for that 2626 on the clock. You won't identify as taking things personally. You will step aside and just recognize that people's behavior is their own behavior and that it has nothing to do with you. And you'll be able to keep your own steady, solid, you'll be able to maintain your own spiritual equilibrium, basically, that nothing can touch. Nothing can touch. Even you on your worst days won't be able to touch it. Even you on your worst days won't be able to touch it, okay? You're going to be so solid in yourself, and you'll learn so much about yourself, the Page of Swords. Learning, investigation. And there might be people who, from your past who watch you glow and level up and evolve, and they might do it from afar, but either way, be exactly who you are. Don't slow your roll just because other people may be spying, judging, maybe, okay? I still think that that's a lot to do with you learning so much about who you are and yourself, and learning that self-love, that self-value, and oh, look at that. Okay, you are going to be a star, to so many people in your life. A beacon of hope, a fantastic example of healing and transmuting, okay? You are going to inspire so many people and maybe help them awaken, okay? You might be a healer. 8 of Pentacles. After I said you might be a healer, they're like, bingo, work on that. 8 of Pentacles, work on your healing, okay? You're a healer and it starts with you. Some of you may be a healer and that starts with you, okay? Oh, for your ultimate happiness, the sun at the bottom. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh, wow. Okay. 4 of Wands, Ace of Cups, 2 of Swords. Oh my gosh. There's going to be a level of stability that you have never experienced before, okay? Working on your healing, working on evolving, pursuing this, recklessly. It's going to be such a stable, exciting place for you to land. And you're absolutely going to experience a level of love that you have not experienced before. And once you love yourself that way, right? Once you learn to actually love yourself and you attract in people who genuinely love you, it's unreal. It's unreal. Just the amount of love that you can feel for everyday things. going outside and feeling the wind. It really does get as little as that, as small as that, you know. Like heck, my car is weird, and sometimes it doesn't like to unlock with the key fob, and there's not a keyhole to unlock. So that's fun, and I get so happy whenever I go out there and unlock it, and it unlocks. Like, I'm like, I love that you worked this time, car. Thank you. It can be just as little as that, you know. Either way, okay. If you're up in your head, trying, you know, at a crossroads here basically about proceeding forward, I just feel like Spirit wants you to know on the other side of pursuing this is the happiness that you can't even fathom right now. Okay? And you are well on your way there. Okay. Light Seer's deck, and then I'll probably close this out with Healing for Angels. Maybe an archetype card too. Feeling detached love is 3131. One of the coolest things. Getting to just experience people, experience life without a need is where it's at, man. Okay. I'm just gonna see what comes out, and we'll see. King of Cups. It's gonna bring balance to your emotions. Not only are you going to find another layer of love that you've never experienced before, but I feel like you feel all extremes because you're likely repressing feelings and then like exploding feelings, and it's this violent, like swinging between polarities. And the middle point here, you will find the middle point, the observation point that helps you stay balanced all the time. All the time. And if not all the time, whenever you get triggered, it does happen. I don't know why I said all the time. Most of the time, okay? When you get triggered, you will learn how to work through those triggers and not completely remove them, okay? And I know that some people's triggers are way... Never mind, I'm not going to go there. Some of you will be able to learn to work through your triggers, and that's an amazing thing to experience, is knowing how to not disassociate, you know, not have a panic attack. Five of Pentacles. So, you may be thinking that it might be impossible to become like emotionally balanced 33 on the clock because you have like severe abandonment wounds with the Five of Pentacles here. I feel like you probably had a really rough upbringing, you know, your relationship to money has probably been not great, and definitely having that attachment to people just makes it devastating whenever they leave and you're left alone. But being alone is where you found you. Being alone is where you found you. And you're the key. You're the key to getting out of it. When you had a spiritual awakening, when you started this, it was really just a catalyst of you understanding just how big this is, just how grand this is, how beyond skin and flesh it is. And not only did you realize that, but that's you. You are so much more than this. You are so far beyond the scope of understanding. You are more than just skin and flesh. You know, you are as grand as the divine because you are divine. So you are the key to overcoming this lack mindset, abandonment wounds, attachment wounds, you're the key. You have everything you need in you. You have everything you need in you. Okay? Okay, let's see. Whew. Interesting. A few things just came out. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Judgment. Five of Swords. The Lovers and the Tower. Okay, so the universe is giving you this chance at abundance through your awakening, okay? So try not to self-sabotage and say that you can't do it. Say that you don't have the ability, that it's not going to work out. Try to get out of that mental battle, because choosing your divine path with the Lovers here, it's symbolizing the choice, okay, between materialism and spiritual, okay, your divine path versus a surface level, materialism, just appearances. And when you choose that, it's going to shake up your life, okay? Things are going to change. And in a good way, because you're going to outgrow the type of energies that keep you in this past energy. You'll outgrow that. You will outgrow that, and it's a good thing, okay? Yeah, you won't be emotionally dissatisfied. 4 of Cups at the bottom. Oh, it's worth the time, it's worth the effort, it's worth the waiting. Because pursuing this and really going in and meditating and getting to know soul you, spirit you, is going to help you stay connected at all times. You are going to feel that connection so boldly. And it's crazy how things will just open up. Like, some of you may have psychic gifts that are given to you as a result of this, right? Something very powerful. But it starts with you going within you. That's being in oneness with yourself. I like that she's wearing the same moon crown as me, but gold. That's really cool. So I had some psychic gifts given to me recently. Obviously, during tarot, there's a lot of you connecting with spirit and feeling divinely guided throughout the message, right? But I always try to tap in with my meditations, and just any images that I get in my meditations right before the readings, I like to say them, even if they're not, they could just be my brain being weird, but I just have learned to, someone might need to hear that. Like, who am I to decide that, oh, that's just my brain, So that's why I'm always talking about what I see in meditations, or here. And what was cool is I did a reading recently for Sagittarius or Capricorn, I don't remember. And they had a past loved one that approached me and had so many beautiful messages for them. And it didn't feel like, it felt completely normal. And I grew up in a house where we had stuff going on, and I was raised that was evil, right? So I grew up terrified of stuff happening. So for someone spiritually, a spirit to approach me and be talking to me for this viewer, and for it to feel like completely normal and peaceful. I was just like, wow, thank you. I didn't even know that you gave me this. Like, I didn't even know that I had this, spirit, and yet you gifted it to me and you made it feel so normal. Like, it was so cool. So that's what I'm saying. Like, keep doing your healing, keep shutting down your ego, whenever it's putting doubtful thoughts in your head, push past it and follow your soul, and you'll be so shocked at just how your life transforms, how your soul transforms. And how close and connected you will feel with the divine. You won't feel like a separate thing. You will feel like it's, wow, I can actually feel the energy that I pour out to you and the energy that you're bringing into me. 41:14 on the clock. You will, it's so beautiful. I can't. Thank you, Spirit, for this message. I needed this reminder too. And then 2 of Wands. So yeah, I think we're starting to get into repeating messages here. So take baby steps. Start making a plan. Start envisioning it. And start taking the little steps it takes to start getting used to these behaviors, this new thing that you want to start with the Chariot. Make a plan and go forth. Okay? Make a plan and go forth. Let's get some. I'll read an archetype card for you. See what needs to come out. 42:24. Mirror work. It's a lot of mirroring numbers. So mirror gazing is a great way to really level with yourself and see you, the person who has endured so much. See yourself from an outsider's perspective. Take 10 minutes and stare at your eyes and try not to switch eyes too much. Don't stop looking at them for 10 minutes, and you will watch yourself shift and transform. You will see yourself in a light that you have never seen yourself. It's not easy at first. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's delightful at first. But yeah, the first time you do it, just mirror gaze for 10 minutes, okay? And then do it again. And the second time, start saying affirmations to yourself. Plan ahead what you want to say to yourself, what you need to hear, what your soul needs to hear. I'm going to put some affirmations at the end of this video, like I always do. So feel free to use those if you want, or just get in touch with your intuition and figure out what you need to be affirming in yourself, to yourself. And that second time, start affirming those things, looking in your eyes the way that you would your loved one, your, significant other, your child, your friend, someone who is struggling. Look at them. Look at yourself the way you would look at them, and say these things as a friend, as, a parent, a nurturer, okay? And these things will start to click for you. Okay, last time. Let's see what archetypes, cards we need to get for our spiritual journey. Spirit. I'm going to read the book on these because I'm not familiar with them. So it's a new deck for me. We got the box. Okay. All right. The box. These cards are so beautiful. The cage, the rules, the norm. We all live to some degree within the confines of the box. This archetype represents everything that is known, anticipated, and expected. It holds us in place while simultaneously holding us back from our greatest visions. The box is sneaky, insidious, and everywhere, limiting us at the most unconscious levels. It is built of layer upon layer of social constructs and pressure. Breaking through its confines requires awareness, continued effort, and bravery. The box may appear as expectations from parents, a well-paying but heartless job, the pressure to look or behave like others, or simply to stay small. There is a box around you now made of some type of confining thought. What is it? The box shifts and morphs as we grow. This is part of its multi-layered nature. Once you break through one layer, another will present itself to you. Keep going. Breakthrough. An exquisite life requires it. Yep, okay. Moving outside of the box is exhilarating and expansive, but destabilizing. Others will wonder what you are doing and why. You will too. This is part of the process. Yes. Everything within the box is known. Everything outside the box is unknown. That is why it's more comfortable to stay within its walls. Choose freedom. Yeah. Let's see. L. The Bardo. The liminal, the in-between, the transition. I need a drink. Hold on. Don't judge me. Okay, the Bardo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. You can make fun of me if you want. Okay. It is said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the Bardo, there is potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. Oh, I'm so glad this came out. The Bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to the earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. Oh. Thank you, Spirit. When the veil between this life and the next is thinned, energy is stirred. This allows for remarkable healing and vision. The Bardo is not to be feared by... there's a period there. Rewind. The Bardo is not to be feared. Take advantage of its energy by recognizing what needs to be resolved. Trust that there is a message for you from beyond. Who is speaking? Go ahead and listen. Wow, that's so cool that came out. The flame. The fire, the spark, the glimmer. In Sanskrit, the word for fire is Agni, A-G-N-I, Agni. The ancient yogis saw this flame at the center of the abdomen and believed it to be responsible for our vitality. When it is lit, we are connected to our purpose and sense that life is a sacred gift. It is said that those who cannot see the sacred around them have let their inner flame go out. Think of this card as a call to reignite that fire. It's just a spark, but it's enough to keep me going. Oh my gosh. I love that song. Okay. That's Paramore. Go look it up. Okay, sorry, I gotta find where I was. Okay, Think of this card as a call to reignite that fire, to cup your hands gently around those things you've forgotten and protect the flame no matter how harshly the winds around you blow. It could be an inner archetype that begs you to light its wick. It is likely that the poet, the mystic, or the shaman would call to you with the language of the flame. There we go. Some of you feel the calling. The archetypal fire is at the beginning of all transformation, purification, and manifestation. Nearly every spiritual lineage honors the flame. To enliven the connection with this archetypal energy, practice the candle gazing technique called Trataka, Tratica. Notice how lighting a single candle in any space brings magic to the room and creates a sense of reverence. I love that. I'll read the bottom one too, the Judge. The Judge. The critic, the diplomat, the advocate. The judge has an incredibly important job. They work every waking hour of every day, helping us discern what is safe, true, and just. When this archetype remains unconscious or is captivated by fear, wise discernment turns into painful judgment of self and other. Ironically, the judge's energy can be the seed of racism, bigotry, and fear-mongering. This is the judge out of balance, building walls, separating from other. When the same discerning force is made conscious and healed, however, the judge may be found advocating for civil rights causes, standing up for the underdog, providing resources for those in need, and forgiving again and again. Love is the deciding factor. Awakening this archetype is essential for the complex times we are in. Get your judge in order. The world needs it. Oh my gosh. The judge's energy is contagious when we feel judged. Walls go up around. Similarly, when we feel accepted, the entire world softens. Gandhi had an incredibly illuminated inner judge. He was a lawyer. He practiced silence one day a week in order to hone his discernment while on his revolutionary path. Oh man, a day of silence, I could do that. I know that's not easy. Sorry. I have a sense of humor. Okay, let's see what Healing with the Angels cards want to come out for you. Divine timing. Yeah, you haven't missed out on anything, and things are coming into you just as they should, okay? Self-acceptance is really important. That will help you break down those walls, break down that judgment, help you envelop the flame, your calling, all of it. It'll help you in that in-between stage, and accept exactly who you are to the deepest levels, the dark, the bright, the beautiful, the ugly, the polarities in unity, okay? All of it. Harmony. Talk about the polarities in unity. You will experience a sense of peace that almost feels unsettling, honestly, especially in today's times. It's almost unsettling, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I highly recommend just pushing forward. Be careful about the music you're listening to, okay? Music is so good at tapping into our emotions and our subconscious. It speaks to both. And then when we live emotionally in the emotions that we feel with music, it really just seeps into our subconscious. So be mindful of what you're listening to, okay? Try to at least introduce some spiritual music, high vibe music, just to help you on your self-concept, on your concept of, how the world works for you, okay? Let's try to break the rigid restrictions that we have around what we're capable of, what we're not capable of, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, what's possible and impossible, okay? Let's push those limits, okay? And music can be a great aid with that. So, guardian angel, you are divinely protected, okay? You are divinely protected, and spirit is always with you, and your higher self is always with you, and you may even have spirit guides and ancestors and a whole team that is just right behind you, spiritually nudging you along, and so proud of exactly what you're doing. You are focused on this right now, and it's exactly where your focus needs to be. So stay honed in. If you start having, old self thoughts or habits, refocus and get back into learning more. There's always more to learn here. There's always more to learn. Okay? There's more to learn about yourself. There's more to learn about spirituality, about the universe, about just how blessed you are, how amazing it is that we have the opportunity to be alive, the chances of that, and just your ability to learn and adapt and grow and heal and transmute. You are a beacon. You are a beacon, okay? And look at that. You're emerging. You're emerging. Yes, you are. Your true self. Okay. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that this spoke to you on a personal level and that you feel some sort of validation and encouragement. I'll probably do this again next month. So if you like these types of readings, give me a subscriber. You don't have to, but I would like that. And if you want to talk, I have my email in my channel description, or you can always leave a comment. I respond to everyone. So, okay. Thank you so much for your time. I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you for everything that you've done to get where you are, to get here. Thank you for manifesting me, okay? All right. Bye. I love you. Press the button, Hillary. Here are your affirmations. I am able to look at the bigger picture and find gratitude. I am transmuting my pain through forgiveness. I am confident to allow new experiences into my life. I am learning to take one step at a time towards my soul's purpose. I am allowed to change everything about myself if I want to. I am divinely guided and protected.